Good afternoon, friends. I hope you all are doing well. The reason I thought I would talk to you all today is as a layman, not exactly either as a lawyer or an expert in system, but somebody who as an ordinary person perceives justice. Mr. Nishikant Dubey's statement that Supreme Court is solely responsible for religious divide and strife has almost broken the internet. And we can understand the reason why so many people feel the same way, or they have the feeling that Supreme Court has failed them. I will not enter into the merits of this statement, as enough has been said about it on all the channels. Dr. Ranganathan has really spoken about it very well, and many others about it. Rather, I would like to talk about it like an ordinary citizen and my perceptions. As kids while growing up, we were made to look at Supreme Court from the outside and made to have reverence towards it. We were told that this is a place almost akin to a place of worship where justice was provided, and that was your last resort. And our parents taught us to look at judges as if they were truly my lords. Today, this my lord has become very lordly. While growing up, slowly but surely their image began to tarnish. We slowly thought that it is getting dented and chipped. There was enough evidence to show that judges often did not play fair, that they did not judge well, and your trial was linked with your money, power, and fame. The more the money and power, the less likely that you will ever be convicted. Statistics shows that the rich and powerful you are, the less chances of being convicted. What does this go to prove? Yes, judges can be swayed by power, not exactly by being judges. Of course, they're always aided by lawyers. The names that come to my mind often are Kapil Sibal, Manu Singhvi. They have almost sold their souls to devil. They will advocate anything for money, anything. They would try to prove the criminals right. They would try to get the convicted out. It could be their profession, but there is something called a soul. Every lawyer seems to have lost their souls, and especially them. It seems they are always up for sale, and they are in the galleries of power and playing the devil's advocate all the time. Will a good lawyer fight for justice or take pride in keeping the unjust or corrupt out of jail? This is a simple thing. If you are a good lawyer, would you want the right person to be acquitted, or would you want a criminal to go scot-free just because you're a good lawyer? You can twist words, you can manipulate things. Just look inside your heart and say, am I doing the right thing? This is what my lawyer's oath is all about. How come some of them manage to get dates whenever they want it? Some important lawyers, they get dates. The courts are opened at night. They're given dates in quick succession. And if an ordinary person like me would go, I would be asked, वो कहते हैं ना सनी देओल की लैंग्वेज में तारीख पे तारीख. I would never get justice. I would be ready to go out of the court, do something against myself, and then make peace with it. And I will say, I'm not going to get justice. पर ये लोग तो my lord है ना, ये किसी के लिए भी dates आती हैं. People like Teesta Setalwar, people like even Mr. Kejriwal were given dates one after the other. The judges were almost subservient to these few lawyers who could command them. They bent backwards to appease them. जो कहें, जब कहें, जिस समय कहें, कितने की भी बेंच कहें, और तमाशा ही था, So these, and even terrorists got dates one after the other because of some of the lawyers, but not an ordinary person like me who pays tax, So, their preferential treatment makes us raise eyebrows and question it, The Supreme Court sat silent when the public suffered dharnas, roadblocks, riots. They just wouldn't lift their little finger because we are ordinary people. अगर उनकी गाड़ी रुकती, उनके घर के आगे होता, ये NDMC की दिल्ली तो बिल्कुल ठीक है, वहाँ के slums तो है ही नहीं, तो हटाने नहीं है. But the moment the slums are in the other part of Delhi, where my lords don't live, then how can you remove slums? they are supposed to be for poor people. But unke area mein to ho hi nahi sakta na, not even a chana wala can put the stall there. So this is all makes you feel about the judges and their jurisdictions. And the judges collegium is almost incestuous. They're all interrelated, they're all intermarried, they're all friends, colleagues, married into each other's families, nephews, nieces, sons. There's hardly any outsider, there is this clique. There's no one who can enter this clique. Like in the Bollywood you have a clique where only these major powerful people get the say. Similarly, the judges also have a clique. So we have to really think, what are we doing? Now, another thing that comes to my mind is slowly people start losing faith. एक बहुत बड़ा fear they used to generate in public, contempt of court कर देंगे. ये contempt of court क्या है? All the time they are scaring people with contempt of court. ये contempt of court कर देंगे. And people genuinely got very, very upset when they spoke about contempt of court. And now since everybody is contemptuous about them, so this contempt of court has gone to dogs, because in our heart there is contempt. So आप कितना भी बोलेंगे contempt of court मत करिए, दिल में तो contempt ही है ना. And we will remember Justice Khanna for his treatment of Justice Verma, because the best he could do was transfer him. There would be an inquiry behind closed doors where they would join hands with each other and probably acquit him with honor, or maybe allow him to go with all his allowances. Nothing is going to happen, because who's going to collect evidence, who's going to present it, who's going to listen the case, and who's going to dispense justice? He was also recruited by one of them, so who's going to blame whom? So it is a very, very sordid situation. And how he looked the other way and did not bother. So this is for one main reason for which we will remember a 6 months tenure. These judges enjoy taxpayers' money lifelong. They have maybe 2 PAs or servants allotted to them who do all the dirty jobs, bookings, etc. When they are traveling anywhere, it is at the state cost. They are state guests. Their car is free. Everything is free at our cost. Money given by us. And the public naturally is going to object. If you had kept your institute pure, above reproach, we would not have minded so much as giving taxpayers' money for these people who uphold justice in the world. But today, we avoid going to courts because we don't think we are going to get justice there. We are going to waste our money, time, and nothing. There is no sympathy for us because I am an ordinary citizen. I have no money, I have no power, I have no Rajya Sabha seat to offer. So we have a right to see how our taxpayers' money is going. Is it being well spent? Is giving all these facilities to these judges worth it? And of course, it is a free country, democratic country. We do have a right to object. Let's hope the collective conscience of judges will help course correction, and we again look at courts with respect which they had once deserved. And we are able to tell our next generation, do not lose confidence on your judiciary. They still might uphold this vast country and the democratic set of mind. I hope we all live to see the day where the judiciary takes stock of its own actions and collective responsibility. They look into their conscience and act the way that is expected of them. I hope you all resonate. Do leave your comments behind, and thank you for listening.